Peace, peace, family. We should be live right now. We should be live right now. Welcome to another episode, Black Magic 363. Let me know if y'all can hear me. With a master teacher today. Y'all know I don't say that with every episode. So if y'all hear me say that, then y'all know the person speaking is absolutely on another level. Wayne Chandler, my brother, welcome back to the platform, my brother.
It's great to be here, man. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, you was the brother was in Mexico. I wanted to get the brother on last week, but the brother was in Mexico, so I had to wait for the brother to get back to Mexico. But the brother's back, and okay, my brother War Moon said audio's good, excellent. You had to wait for my brother to get back. He's back, and it's on now. How was tell the family how was it out there? I think you did a retreat out there. How was it, my brother?
It was awesome. It was an experience. Did a little bit of work down there, and then took some time just to chillax, man. Relax and just check out the ocean, the beach. Went and saw some of the monuments, the pyramids down there.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was nice. It was good. The food
Mm.
was incredible. Had
Hmm.
coconut water, fresh coconut water every single day.
Every day.
Uh, Fresh squeezed orange juice every single day.
Mm.
Yeah, it was off the chain.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I haven't been out there yet. I always hear great stories about Mexico. I haven't been out there yet, family. So I look forward to get out there. We about to get started, family. Make sure you hit the like button, it's very important. Also, I'm about to play some ads for some great black businesses. Make sure you support and check them out. And we'll be right back with a dynamite, explosive show for the family. Tell your friends and family, all right? We'll be right back.
Hey there! Had a bad dream? I have dreams too. Some parts are scary and some parts are fun. Always remind yourself, it's only a dream and everything will be okay. I had a dream about being in a forest too. Check it out, my pet Petey was with me. Order your copy of Kayla Petey and the Forest on Amazon today.
Hey family, this is King Simon. Don't forget about getting your new motivation session at 347-496-1022. And don't forget about the Cosmic Alignment Workshop on May the 15th. Go to zenbar.org. That's zenbar.org.
Family, I'm with the brother tonight. We're with him tonight. Wayne Chandler presents the Chi Gong Energy Training Workshop. We're learning to use our energy so somebody else doesn't use our energy. Let me say that again. We're going to learn to use our energy correctly so somebody else does not use our energy miscorrectly. WayneChandler.eventbrite.com is a place where you get tickets, family. It's going down May 21st, family. I'm real proud to work with this brother. I've been studying his works for over 15 years, and I've been hearing about the brother. I never got a chance to see the brother live, so to be able to produce a virtual workshop with him is awesome. Everybody who already bought tickets, you will get the link about 24 hours before before the actual event starts, and you will have lifetime access to it. So anybody asking, hey, I'm gonna miss it that day, it's all right. You will have lifetime access to it. You can watch it 10 years from now if you want, 15 years from now if you want. It's yours to keep forever. All right. Anybody who ever had a problem accessing an old workshop I did last year, anything, email me, let me know, richardmerritt@yahoo.com. Everybody should be good, but I know a couple of people had problems logging on from Billy Carson's website, but I'll send you a direct download link if you do have any problems. All right, family. One more announcement. If you want to be notified for when I go live, text the word rich to 646-760-7806. And let's start this show. Brother Wayne Chandler, part of the workshop we're going to be dealing with is using sexual. It's an energetic workshop. It's it's very interactive. You're going to be demonstrating exercises that they cannot get on YouTube, that they could not get anywhere unless they go to one of your workshops. And the beautiful thing about the people that's on my platform, as I've told them, you're a master teacher, you're a best-selling author. They're not going to get this for this price anywhere. You're going to end up spending thousands of dollars trying to access this anywhere else. So you might as well get it here. This is as cheap as it's going to get. And the brother's not going to do this again. So I want to thank you once again for offering it at this price for this channel. Now, sex, Think and Grow Rich talks about sex. A lot of people into spirituality always talk about sex and the power that's within the act of sex. We look at it as pleasure. A lot of people look at it as, some people look at it as function. We realize it's an energetic exchange. How I want to start this show is, since it's an energetic exchange happening during sex, casual sex. Let's start out like this: casual sex. How dangerous is casual sex for a man or a woman? Because some people say it's more dangerous for women because they absorb energy, to have casual sex, because you're constantly exchanging energy from different partners, different mates, constantly. I got this girl on Thursday, Friday I got this girl, then on Monday I got that girl, and they say having so much casual sex could make you a little cuckoo, because you got so many personalities and energies that you absorbing, and you one day, like, you wondering why these girls that's loose, they're a little crazy, because they fucking everything moving. So talk to me about casual sex. Is it dangerous? Is that a myth? But let's start out like that, my brother.
Yeah, that's a good question. Both men and women are like sponges. Women more so, because women are the receptive dynamic. The feminine deals with receptive power. They are a receptacle for the absorption of all outside influences and frequencies that move from the environment, surround, and integrate with their own person. The masculine is a projector, projecting that type of frequency. The masculine deals with the release and the propelling of energy, whereas the feminine deals with the reception and absorption of that energy. So every time a woman is in a relationship with a man on a sexual level, she does become that etheric and transcendent sponge that absorbs that energy, retains that energy, and unless she goes through a process of, and I don't want to say purification per se, but I will say a process of release and transmutation of that energy that she has received will sit and begin to expand in organs and glands in various ways and impact consciousness and perception of her own personal reality and the realities that encircle her in her everyday world. One of the things that when you look at, and I think I went through this in the last program, there's a saying that says the union of man and woman is like the mating of heaven and earth. It is because of their correct mating that heaven and earth last forever. Humans have lost this secret and have therefore become mortal. By knowing it, the path to immortality is open. And having that path open is what we search for, what we need, what we want, because it feeds into a very strong and empowering dynamic that most of us move through the world just completely and totally unaware of. We don't stop and we don't think about the nature of creative energy. Sexual energy is pure creative force. That pure creative force generates in various ways, multitudinous ways, all of what we see and identify in the universe around us. And it behooves us to begin to like really refine and cultivate ourselves on sexual levels, because that takes us to a level of self-empowerment and develops a level of personal power that makes us transcendent in terms of how we view the realities that we connect with, that we integrate with. There are certain things, like, for example, when you look at male sexual energy deals with a variety of different aspects that relate to when that energy, sexual energy, is lost. It impacts character, it impacts physicality, it impacts spiritual foundation and integration. The dissipation of spiritual consciousness takes place, and that's chiefly through the expenditure of the loss of semen. Losing semen lowers the energy reserves of both mind and body. Each time a man ejaculates, there's a loss between 200 million to 500 million sperm cells in his body.
Wow. Wow.
Now, he wants to understand that the average male has about 5,000 ejaculations in a lifetime. This is equal to the amount of 5 gallons of semen. Now, what does 5 gallons of semen look like? Most of us have seen a 5-gallon water jug. That's how much semen goes into our experience of loss. Now, when you take that amount of semen and you equate that to pure life force energy, it gives you an idea of how much life force you are losing in your body.
I mean, this before I continue. Where's my picture at? Oh, I got you. Hold up, family, because this is important. This is before I continue. So me and Wayne Chandler, well, the brother's doing a workshop. I'm hosting a workshop, May 21st, right, family? And this is important, family. It's not just about Chi Gong and cultivating our energy, but also let me put the link in the I put the link in the chat. Do I have it in the description? Yeah, and I got the link for the workshop in the description. It's going down May 21st. This is probably one of the most important workshops I've ever done. Energy is our currency. It's our current. It's our wealth. It's our money. It's our, it's you. It's sex education for the youth, for the young. If you have children, I highly advise you. You know how they have sex ed in school? They need to watch this workshop, because everybody thinks sex is for pleasure. In terms of when you 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, we all view sex as a act of pleasure. And then by the time we learn this information, for a lot of us, it's too late. It's too late. We demon time. We demon time. So when Wayne deals with this, it's hard for a lot of us to even get to that vibration or that frequency. So let's not make it hard for the youth. So when we're doing this lecture, it's for us watching this, but the children, the youth need to watch this also, so they can. The young brothers, not just the young brothers, need to know about semen retention. The sisters need to know about how they are a magnet and about how they are absorbing this energy. We need to know this, not just us, but the youth. So, family, this is it right here. And sex that's top priority for all of us in our lives, in terms of from the time we are born to the time we pass away. One of the things we constantly seek to do is sex. Besides eating, what they say, eat, sleep, Fuck, what I'm saying? So I mean, family, I gotta plug this because this is important. I want to get to the next question because I just told the people about the workshop. So I gotta get to the next question, Brother Wayne. I want to talk about, and this is like, I might ask unorthodox questions because I'm an unorthodox question axer, and that's what makes me a great question axer. And that's why the people tune in, because I'm gonna ask something that they may not hear from somewhere else. I want to ask you about this. I want to talk to you, Wayne, about, because you're going to be dealing, you're going to show us exercises to cultivate our sexual energy during the workshop, right?
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to ask you before we continue, brother, about mind controlling sex. And, if you think about it during sex, you like the brothers, we want to talk shit during sex, So part of the shit talking during sex, we doing our thing and we like, yeah, whose pussy is this? She'll say it's yours. She may say daddy. She may say whatever, but she gonna say it's yours. Now, from our perspective, that's great. Our egos pleased, and we doing our thing, and we like, yeah. But from her, from a as far as women are concerned, because sex is such a spiritual act, we're wondering why women get hooked on certain men. When they're saying these things to this man during sex, does that lead to them being extra attached to them? Because after that, the brother's like, peace, deuces, I'm out. I see you next month. And she like, nah, nigga, you staying here. But during that act right there where he's talking to her, she's talking back to him. Is he extra making her attached to him by asking her these questions? She's answering without thinking about it. So now she got like some type of extra attachment to him because of that. Does that make sense, or am I just thinking too much, brother? Talk to me, bro. I gotta ask these things, brother. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's good insight. It's good insight because what you're dealing with is a condition of lack. And that lack is a socio-cultural lack that is not transferred into various emotional fields of gratification that both men and women have.
Mhm.
So a woman being the receptive dynamic, she's looking, regardless of what she's saying or responding to, she's moving energy in and through her heart. And so she's looking for the balance that she can incorporate into heart function, into a higher emotional resonance that is going to lead into something that's going to build relationship. And when she hears these things, on one level, these things are very gratifying because passion is something that we all carry, because passion is about expansion. It's about a greater, broader, more dynamic integration and fulfillment of the various things that we want to encounter and have in our lives. So passion is a necessity. You don't want to go through life without it, because it feeds and really reflects other aspects, of who and what we are and what we want to receive. Now, the other aspect and the other piece to that is a lot of women just don't get a chance to feel that aspect of passion which allows them to release. And a lot of men don't really talk like that in a way that allows a woman to release that passion. And if they do, they're not following through with the act to the point where the woman is convinced that the words they're saying, have substantial backup by the action that's being delivered. So they're like, yeah, whatever. But when you get to a brother who can speak those words of power and then back it up with the action, then that is a totally different experience for that woman, but it's also going to bring about a totally different experience and emotional reality because the sexual piece has become overpowering.
Indeed.
And at that point, that man has to be in a state of consciousness where he is responsible for the energy that he has now moved into that woman.
Got to be responsible, brothers.
He's got to be responsible.
Powerful. A lot of responsibility comes with having a lot of responsibility comes with having sex. In terms of exercises, I've heard Montauk Chia say before, I think to build your sexual chi, I believe. I think they're called Kegel exercises. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean the Kegel, practices, really help with respect to both men and women because for men, it's about dynamically reinforcing, building, and strengthening the prostate. And the prostate is a center that really deals with longevity in the act of your sexual exchange. For women, it deals with the ability to activate specific muscle and retain tone of the vaginal orifice. So she can actually begin to use her musculature to like squeeze, to suck, to exert pressure in and around the penis so that the man feels much greater substantial.
He like yo. The man is like what?
Yeah, well, this is where like one of the practices that we have in the sexual alchemical practice is that of using what is called the Jade Egg. The Jade Egg is a practice that is thousands of years old, and women use this because it activates the three different segments or sections in the vaginal canal and allows a woman to have immense contractual power in the vaginal orifice to do various things in each segment that the penis ventures into. So she's got something directly related for the head, related for the shaft, and the lower portion of the shaft. She can work every area of the body and of the penile body and create pleasure in all of those different aspects and segments.
You gonna make these queens out here super dangerous, Wayne. The brothers, you gonna make the, are you gonna are you gonna discuss that during the workshop for the woman?
Yeah, definitely.
Man,
I mean,
it's
with the woman, like the man, there's a lot that goes on with respect to the cultivation and refinement. Like the thing is, sexually, a woman is 7 to 11 times more powerful than a man. 7 to 11 times. So that's why when a man steps to a woman, he has to be down. He has to be ready. My female students, they come to me, they say, I met this man, he can do blah, blah, blah. He's read Montauk. And I tell them all, they don't know anything. If they're not doing specific practices, they don't know.
No,
But he says that he can do it. He says he knows, and he blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling them, it doesn't matter. Because men like to talk. Men love to talk. But to have the actual functionality to back up the words, that's a
Yo,
whole
this
nother
gonna be
reality.
fire. This is gonna be fire, y'all. This is gonna be fire. Y'all listen, man, y'all not gonna want to miss out on this. I'm gonna tell you, so me personally, Wayne, I see the thing about it is the reason why most people don't last long is because after a while it gets dull. Like I've been with my queen for 16 years. So we both looking for ways to step our game up. So I'm looking to take my stuff to the next level. She's finding ways to take her thing to the next level. And I think this workshop personally for me is going to help me take my thing to the next level. You know what I'm saying? To continue to make it new and to continue to make it refreshing and to continue to make it, do what it got to do. Because sometimes you be with a person so long and you just do the same position, the same this, the same that. But once you get involved with these energy dynamics, that's a whole new ball game. And then when you learn to manifest with it, like what we're going to talk about during the workshop, creativity and success and wealth and health and all of that, like, shit, nigga, we might be getting it all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely looking forward to it to take my thing to the next level. So the next question, first of all, let me show the flyer for y'all. This is important. Like I said, family. It's not just for us in the room. I mean, we got about 1,100 people in here. This workshop, but this is mature. It's also for the youth in terms of not the too young, but when you got somebody 18 or whatever who's already engaging in it, you want them to understand the responsibility, like Wayne said, that comes with having sex, and also the power that comes with having sex. As a man, like the brother said, it's great responsibility when you're talking to that queen. She's being receptive to you. And also as a woman, knowing how powerful you are. You over 7 to 11 times more powerful than a man in terms of what you bring into this realm. So there's great responsibilities on both parts during sex. And let's start young. Let's not wait till they 40 and they washed up and they done had 5 different bad experiences and 4 baby daddies and 5 baby mom. Nah, let's tell them young. So it's this is it right here. This is it right here. I want y'all all to join us. Y'all see, I'm being open and honest myself. I want to take my ish to the next level and use it as a creative force and use it as a lot of other things as well. So let's just be honest. Let's all make sure this is a master teacher here. This brother ain't he ain't no YouTube scholar at all. He definitely ain't no YouTube scholar. The brother ain't no ghetto scholar. This brother is the truth. He got a best-selling author from one of the greatest books I have ever read. I just put the link in the chat. You see the flyer. It's going down May 21st from 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. You can go to WayneChandler.eventbrite.com. It's going down. So yeah. But somebody said, LOL, wash up at 49. Now you could be popping at 61. And Keita, if you're 49, you look great for 49. If that's you, Keita, and you 49, you look great for 49. So yeah, 49 and age, we black don't crack. So it ain't, that ain't a problem for us. I'm just trying to make a point in terms of
immortality. I mean, it's about the thing that is so profound about Qigong is that Qigong practitioners of old were known as the immortals. And they were known as the immortals because the practices that they undertook created such a process of longevity that they just were around for a very long period of time. And one of the things that Qigong imparts to both men and women is the ability to regenerate both body, mind, and spiritual essence. And that is like beyond measure. You can't put a price on that. One of the things that feeds into just the disintegration of relationships is the loss of passion.
Indeed.
Passion becomes less and less as the relationship carries on. Why does that happen? The more a man ejaculates, the more he loses passion. Passion integrates and is really a expression of magnetism.
Mm.
Once you lose that magnetic quality, then you lose and lessen substantially that quality to be in the same mix with your significant other.
Mm.
Now, when you don't ejaculate, when you take that energy and you move that energy up instead of releasing it out, then you become more expansive, more magnetic, and more impassioned about and around your significant other. And you don't have to look for things to create more expansiveness and life in your sexual environment. They will come to you automatically. Automatically, you will be driven to looking for things and creating things that you automatically will be able to do in the bedroom, in the kitchen, in the living room, wherever you find yourself, in the beach, under a palm tree, wherever you end up, because the passion that you are now creating that's not being lost, that's creating that magnetic power, is bringing to you a variety of different creative visions that will maintain, and help you cultivate longevity in your sexual experience. I mean, women have a superior, you could say, instinctive and actual and intellectual perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Her body, a woman's body, is more resistant to biodegeneration, disintegration, and this is scientifically proven. And this indicates a superior physical vehicle. A woman imparts, and this is something that all women need to like really embrace, that a woman imparts a very highly magnetic spiritual energy and essential and really precious substance that is needed in the creation of form on all levels of life. So a woman, the feminine by nature, is magnetic. The masculine deals with an electric form and manifestation of energy. The spirit in man can produce the physical seed or the cerebral idea, but neither the seed nor the idea can take form without the magnetic feminine substance that's provided by the woman.
Damn.
The
Woo!
woman brings in.
Go ahead, brother.
Go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
bro.
This powerful. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So the woman brings in to being, into manifestation, all form matter, and gives it direction and allows that direction or that formula to manifest in a life-giving manner.
Yo, before I ask this next question, because I'm asking the next question based off this comment that I just got here. But this workshop is so important. Every woman should sign up for this. Do you said you have more women? Did you say that, or did you? I don't. Did I not? Do
All
more
of my
women than
top,
men sign up?
all of my top students,
Oh,
except let me see before I say this,
mhm.
I've got about 4 women top students who are just cold blooded.
Yeah.
I've got 2 men, 2 brothers
Hmm.
who are also my top students who are cold blooded
Hmm.
in the practice.
Hmm.
But yeah, most of my top students are women.
Yo, it's like, damn, the way you break it down, and from what I hear, like, yo, women are like truly, truly God incarnate. Like the power that they have to bring things into this reality. I could see why they've been, lied to so much about their feminine power or whatever. And it's like, damn, like, woo, we got a movement out here that poses as sexual liberation, and that's misleading the sisters, teaching them to be hoes. So I'm so happy. You got Amber Rose with she had I think a slut walk. She got something called a slut walk, where she feels as though women should be like, nah, if we already messed up, women, don't be like us, be better than us. Don't do what we doing. If we fucked up, don't do what we do, be better than us. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to copy what's already fucked up. We already, you know how dudes think in terms of sex. Don't emulate us and be like, well, they doing it, we should do it. Nah, sisters, nah, queens, be way better than us, and be like, oh, that's what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't emulate us. We ain't got it. We ain't got it together right now in that
Very
category.
true.
We ain't got it together in that category. So
Very
don't
true.
emulate. Don't follow Amber Rose and emulate slut walk. If men could be sluts, we could be like, nah, don't follow us. We ain't got that together. Family, this is what I'm saying. It's not just about us. I'm with a master teacher here. You see me, I'm so curious. I'm like a little kid in a candy store right now. I'm humble. I'm learning. I'm just running off at the mouth. Family, make sure you sign up to this workshop. Let me put the link in the chat once again. This is it right here. Like, because it's like this is how we take back control over our lives. And by saying that, let me go to the next question. When I say take control over our lives. So I don't know how deep you go in this the spirit world and what they say about the succubuses and stuff like that. Sweet Queen, a sister in the chat wrote, I admit I need help, y'all. I can't get these demons off lust off of me. LOL. She said it in a joking way. I appreciate your honesty and your comment. I want to veggie back off of that. So there's things known as succubuses that and people in the spiritual community know about, where they say it's these entities that attach to you and they make you horny. They make you want to have sex all the time so they could feed off that sexual energy. So I want to know, is there any, number one, a double question. Number one, is there any truth in that? And number two, is practicing Tai Chi, will it help alleviate that lust? We got these lusts. We walk by anybody. We go on the computer. We see somebody attractive. Then we want to masturbate. Does Tai Chi help alleviate that lust, where you could take back control of your energy and you can focus on you, and you'll give that energy to the person that really deserves it? So 2-part question, my brother. Go ahead, my brother. Yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
that's a deep question,
Indeed.
and it's very metaphysical
Mhm,
because see, one of the things that has to be recognized and realized,
mhm.
we live in a 3-dimensional construct, but we're not 3-dimensional beings.
Indeed.
We're 4th-dimensional beings,
Mhm.
which means that when the various aspects and dynamics which are housed within our very nature are activated, then we become 4-dimensional, fourth
Mm.
dimensional entities.
Okay.
But when they are not activated, we are asleep and we are susceptible to basically the limitations and restrictions of the 3-dimensional framework that we operate in but more importantly, we become food for fourth dimensional entities who can now have access
Ah.
to our mind, body, spirit
Mm.
dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
And until we become fourth dimensionally conscious, where we can repel these entities, then these entities basically have their way with us. And
Mm.
it's not just sex,
Mm-hmm.
it's, food,
Mm-hmm.
it's drugs,
Mm-hmm.
cigarettes,
Mm-hmm.
it's many things that we involve ourselves and embark on in our daily regimen that allows these entities to be attracted to that particular habit. And once they're drawn to the habit, they lock in and create a specific darkened frequency that makes that individual let me say the inability to step away from that habit of their own volition. At that particular point in time, they have to go in and deal with completely and totally dealing with a reformation of how they are designed, how they are moving in the world. They have to get into the activation of very specific mind, body, spirit practices that incorporates the opening, the activation of these energy channels and systems. And they have to look at things like meditation, which expand consciousness and bring about a different level of awareness that puts them back in the driver's seat.
Mm. So that's what I guess that's what's important in this realm. Oh man, I'm loving this. I want to say, I want to. Oh man, I'm loving this. I want to say I'm effing loving this, but I'm gonna just say I'm love. I want to say effing I like to emphasize the emotion when I'm talking, but yeah, I swear I'm loving this family. Um, and I'm so caught up into this. I just forgot the question, but let me just keep it going. Wayne, what do you think about with what you just said and what you've been saying throughout this whole show? What do you think about when you engage in sex with a person who's vegan versus a person who's non-vegan? Because sometimes we swear the person that's non-vegan, we swear they negative like a motherfucker. We swear they got the spirit of that dead animal, and they like, man, I gotta stay away from you, man. Nigga, you eat that red meat, you go to McDonald's, da 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 da. And the vegans swear they on a higher vibration. And I'm not saying they not, but talk to me about what do you think about that energy exchange? Because it's not just it's an energy exchange between vegans and non-vegans, my brother.
I mean, that kind of manifestation operates, on multiple levels. I mean, you never want to put yourself in a box, but you want to understand the science that's behind, your everyday activities and how you're living your life.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that food plays a very specific role, in how we function, in terms of how expansive that role is. I know a lot of vegans who are as downtrodden and despicable,
Yes, me
you
too. That's why I
know.
asked that. Me too.
Yeah. So
Me
you
too.
you you have to be real,
Mm.
Um, the thing that creates more imbalance and creates more despicability and imbalance and dysfunction in the body, mind, spirit, infrastructure is emotional fields, are
Mm.
negative, low base emotional fields.
Mm.
So, emotional fields that are low base, that are negative, are the things that lock us down. Those are the things that literally cut off and disrupt the higher frequencies that emanate from, for example, the pituitary, that emanate from the pineal, the higher glandular systems that produce the specific chemical compounds that lead one to the experience of higher consciousness. You know, anandamide is one, produced through the pituitary, produced from the pineal. Dimethyltryptamine, or DMT, you know, is another. Pituitrin, you know, these are all chemical compounds which activate higher consciousness, but are directly shut down by low base emotional frequencies. So, and I think we might have gone over this a little bit, but when you look at the pineal body is resonant with the seventh chakra, the crown chakra in the head. Now, that pineal body is surrounded by a type of tissue that's called the limbic center. Many call it, you know, a second brain. But the limbic center is a tissue mass that literally absorbs and encodes frequency, emotional frequency.
Deep.
Then it downloads that frequency directly into the pineal body. Now, you have to stop and ask yourself, what kind of frequencies do you come in contact with more so than others? We're looking at anger. We're looking at jealousy. We're looking at envy. We're looking at hatred. We're looking at stress. We're looking at, you know, despair. We're looking at all of the stressors that this culture produces for us on a daily basis, which means if you want to really deal with the activation, the expansion, and the release of higher base frequencies, you've got to go for it. You've got to go out and get that. It's not going to just come to you.
Wow, like I said, this is so interesting. I'm learning a lot myself. It's not that I'm just interviewing you. I'm learning so much talking to you. You are what I call a master teacher, and I definitely, once again, I want to appreciation is something that's a major part of this universe. So first of all, I want to thank the individuals that ordered so far during the show. Like I said, appreciation is a major aspect of this universe. So anybody who ordered during the show or bought tickets for the event, which I'm promoting because I'm proud that I'm a part of this. I'm a part of an event with a master teacher. Who wouldn't be? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be promoting this to the event. But I advise everybody, 1,400 people. I advise everybody to sign up for this workshop if you're really serious about this ish. If you're really serious about making a change in your personal life, it starts with your energy field. It starts with your EMF field or your electric magnetic field, as they call it in some spaces. And once from there, it moves outward. You project outward. You know what I'm saying? They say your heart is stronger than your mind, but it's just going to be a party. So I'm super excited for this workshop right here, family. The workshop is going down May 21st. Let me move this. It's going down May 21st from 1 to 5 p.m. The price is $120. Like I said, family, this brother is a master teacher with a best-selling book. His courses, workshops are thousands of dollars. You're not going to get it for this cheap ever again. Once again, Wayne Chandler, thank you for letting me do this at this price. This is like the bargain of all bargains. I know every other culture is at your workshops, and I know our culture skips out on your workshops because of how we've been programmed. I was just watching another show, and they was talking about how celebrity gossip dominates our culture. So, it is what it is, but, we're dominated by celebrity gossip. Other cultures are dominated by other things, and, it is what it is. But you can't say nobody was here for you. I'm here, Black Magic 363, Wayne Chandler. Go to waynechandler.eventbrite.com if you are interested in changing your life forever. Not only your life, but your children, your grandchildren, and everybody else. This is truly generational wealth that we are offering here with this workshop, family. And Wayne, I want to get to the next question. With that being said, my brother, I want to ask you, I keep, you know what, I be hearing that the male G spot is in the prostate gland and like somewhere in the anus. Why the hell? Why the hell would we talking about sexual energy? Why the hell would a male G spot be somewhere around the anus and or the prostate gland? So why is it over there, my brother? I keep it. I'm learning. I'm not. But what? Why the hell is it over there for, my brother? What? Because
Hey,
some groups is like, you see, they're like, hey, you see.
I mean, the prostate within itself, is one of the master glands.
Yes.
Just because of its responsibility to like sexual function.
Okay.
But it's also the key for as we get older. If you don't really understand like glandular management, then you succumb to the throes of, what many people call old age. And as you get older, there are many different shifts that take place in the body. The human body begins to expire at the age of 27 years.
Damn.
So at 27 years of age, that's when you begin to lose all of the various compounds that feed into the maintenance, the expansion, the immortality of your being that you have known throughout the course of your life. So with the prostate function, prostate is acted upon by a variety of different compounds that are now being produced by the body that have a direct influence on prostate function. One of the main things that's produced is called aromatase. Now, aromatase is a substance that literally, because men, the masculine functions off of testosterone. That's our fuel that gives us masculine characterization and identity. For the woman, it's estrogen. Now, as men get older, the body begins to manufacture various compounds. One of the more dominant of these is aromatase, which actually takes testosterone and converts it into estrogen. So as a man becomes older, if he's not aware of the different chemical transitions and shifts that are taking place in his body so that he can balance them out energetically and supplementally through nutrition and supplements, he literally becomes more and more feminized as he gets older. So when you look at the prostate as a glandular system is one of the things that is impacted the most by these different chemical compounds that are now being created in the male body. And unfortunately, it suffers. Men, especially Black men, create what is called This particular compound is called TIMP-7. It's a chemical complex that originates, and for whatever reason, Black men carry more of this substance.
Say that name again, because some people gonna want to look it up. Say that name again. What's the name of this compound?
TIMP-7.
Okay.
Can also because some categorize it as TIMP-1.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to find this substance in the prostate 7 times more in Black men than any other race on the planet.
Some science.
And it leads to an accelerated decomposition of prostate tissue. And this is what causes, like the epidemic of prostate disorders in the Black community, among Black men.
Mm-hmm.
Swelling, inflammation, and cancer. Many Black men don't even understand the need for zinc as a dominant, major, consistent supplement that needs to be taken, especially if you're having, a lot of sexual interplay. You've got to have zinc as a major component in your supplemental regimen.
What about the brothers that want to have children? Is zinc, is that
no question. Yeah. Zinc feeds directly into what's called spermatogenesis.
We get some science.
Spermatogenesis is the literal development and creation.
Yes, sir.
Of semen.
Ooh,
in the male body.
That's what creates the semen. So, man, say that again. Hold on. Say that again.
Zinc is directly responsible for the process of spermatogenesis in the male body. So if you're not taking zinc on a daily basis, then you're at a substantial lack in a variety of different ways. And women need zinc as well.
Yeah. This is fire. This is fire. This is scientific. This is fire. Family, he gave you the game tonight. Like, if you's a cheapskate, he gave you so much game tonight, you could just run off with the game he gave tonight. This is fire. Wayne, thank you, my brother. Oh my, thank you. You're gonna help so many brothers and so many sisters with tonight's show. And it's like, this is why we have to reach out to the elders, because they have so much information combined with experience. And when you have information combined with experience, you approach these topics from a different perspective from somebody who just read information on Wikipedia and who's 26, 27. This brother has years of experience and knowledge and information. He's combining it, is creating wisdom, and he's offering us something that can't be offered by somebody covered with 70 tattoos on YouTube that we follow because we think that's the cool thing to do. We can't throw away our elders, Wayne Chandler. I can't thank you enough. I'm so grateful for the ancestors for inspiring me to reach out to you for this workshop and just to reach out to you, to have you on the show and to get acquainted with you, my brother, because I've been reading your material for years. So this is an honor on me. I mean, this is gonna be an absolute party. Let me post this link once again, family. I want to know. I'm gonna post this link. How many of y'all actually signing up in the chat? I'm just curious to know, because we have 1,500 people in here. How many of y'all are somebody said Brother Polite talked about singing? Yeah, he did. Yeah. Brother Polite, he came under Dr. Sabi, Dr. York. He's sharp. Brother Polite was sharp with that. Yeah. How many of y'all are actually signing up for this? Because I'm mind blown. Like I've gotten so personal with y'all today. I've talked about my relationship, how I want to step it up with this and that and whatever. And this is what the workshop is about. So it's like I'm not giving y'all too much on here for free. I'm telling y'all niggas up there. I'm telling y'all all types of what's up with y'all? Who signed up? Okay, I signed up. Okay, I signed up. Seriously considering. Okay. I did on the first show. Got my ticket. Okay. I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to get a gauge because I'm like, where are we at? Because this is to me. I'm like, yo, this is what I'm missing. Like this discipline in terms of I got the information, but like I said, we're in the age of discipline now. We gotta apply it and we gotta learn to manipulate our energy. Like I'm looking to use my hand with it and move this like this with just my hand. And now, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking to do all types of things, man. I feel like I'm so powerful, but I'm so disappointed sometimes in myself that I'm not where my mind wants me to be. So I'm tired of my mind being a slave to, this is how I feel, my body. Like I feel like my body be lazy and, oh, you don't have to meditate, or you don't have to do Chi Gong. Oh man, and my mind wants to do it, but my body tells me it's a waste of time. So I need my mind to take control of my body. And if I gotta wake up at 6 a.m. and do it, I gotta wake up at 6 a.m. and do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about, family. I'm putting a link. We're about to wrap it up in about 20 minutes. I'm not gonna keep the brother on here for too long. I'm gonna put the link once again. Let me see what y'all talking about. Oh, I definitely signed up. Yeah, I gotta see what's going on. Me and my twin soul. Shout out to Divine Warrior. You and your twin soul. Yeah, sign up. That's the best when you and your mate are into this together. Oh my God. Divine Warrior, I would love for you to give me a follow-up. This is May. Give me a follow-up in December or January after this workshop. And if y'all followed it diligently, let me know how it went for y'all. Because I know I'm gonna hear an amazing story. And that's beautiful when you could get your mate to watch this information with you. Okay, let me just see what else, because I want to gauge the people signing up and making the brothers do it as well. Okay, excellent. I got my ticket. I gotta watch from the beginning. Yeah, Natasha. Yeah, watch from the beginning. You won't be disappointed. This is an interesting show, Natasha. You are not going to be disappointed. Let me get a quick question before I ask you some questions. Sign up last show. Shout out to Papa Midnight. Papa Midnight signed up last show. All right. Goddess Essence signed up. Family, this is it right here. Let me share this again. I'm super excited. I only do workshops when I'm excited. That's why, if y'all notice, the whole year has went by. I haven't done a workshop the entire year. It's May. I haven't been inspired. I move on inspiration. And when I got the idea to talk to the brother, and in the middle of us doing the show, y'all could go back to the show. I'm like, we should do a workshop together. That's inspiration. I'm just talking like from the thought. You know what I'm saying? So, wow, this is amazing. Now I'm here now. I'm actually living inside of my dreams. Like that's the best. Like I'm living inside of my dreams, literally, family. So this is like you can see why I act like this. I'm living inside of my dreams. All right. Hold up. Somebody said, should people over 40 sign up, or are we washed up too? I don't know if you're trolling or not. I mean, I already explained that. You know, I already explained that. Virtuous. You know what I'm saying? I already explained that. So
Yeah,
I mean, if
the
you're gonna
whole
take this
thing is
opportunity to
about
troll,
moving backwards.
Wayne, because of the trolls are inspiring as well. So I use everything as inspiration. So let me use this troll, and I'm gonna call them. I know they're trolling, to ask you a question. Do you feel as though, because I'm a younger brother, so this is a younger brother getting advice from an elder who's a master teacher, one of the greatest who came on this earth. Facts. Do you feel as though, because as a young person, you always think, damn, my sex drive is going to run out at 50, at 60. Does it run out? Are you able to maintain it? Like, like, can you tell me a little bit? I know we gonna talk thoroughly at the workshop, but like because I obviously at 17 I was a horny cowboy. I'm not that right now. I slowed down at where I'm at now. So my question is basically, does it continue slowing down? Because at 18, I'm like, oh, but I'm obviously I'm a little more calm now. But does it continue to slow down? Because people always wonder about their sex drive, my brother.
Well, that's a good question, and it goes back into what I just previously said regarding the body's creation, of these various chemical compounds that really attack, our testosterone levels.
Mm.
And the more you become feminized as a man, the older you get, and the more engorged and saturated you become with these chemical particulates, the less drive, the less passion, and the less magnetism you generate. So it really is very important to understand how the body works, what happens as men as we get older, um, and women as well. I mean, because on the feminine side, there are a lot of changes. This is the thing, and it's a sticky situation and subject matter, but it's just science. Life force equates to semen in a man.
Mm-hmm.
So, literally, the more you lose of that, the quicker the road to your demise becomes. That's just science. I mean, even when you look at the structure of semen and brain tissue, they're very similar. So when one ejaculates excessively, the extra, how can you say, the extra needed energy in the body is taken from brain tissue. So if one does not do alchemical based practices like you have in Qigong, and controls the loss of semen, then the brain is malnourished. You go into tissue deterioration. But if you're doing the practices, then the brain is nourished and its power then becomes greatly increased. And for women, it's the loss of blood. For women, the loss of blood, because the essence of a woman takes that blood and literally transforms her blood into life-based energy. In the same way that it takes semen in a man and converts that into pure life-based or life force energy. So within the alchemical practices, we have a practice where we teach women how to go from bleeding from 7, 8 days, 5 days, 4 days, to take that down to 2 to 1.5 days of blood loss, because that's the only amount of blood loss a woman needs to have to maintain balance and life force distribution. And that's essential. So for a woman, her body literally transforms blood into life force energy. For a man, it's the semen that is literally transformed into life force energy. So it's our responsibility to understand what is happening in our bodies as we move through our life.
Mm,
Because every 15 years, massive shifts and changes take place in our systems.
mm.
And we have to stay on top of that. If we don't, then we succumb. And that's the bottom line.
I got about I got about two or three quick questions for you, my brother, before I get out of here. Um, and I see what the people writing in the chat. So I'm gonna base my next 2 or 3 questions based on what I see in the chat. Once again, family, it's gonna be a party May 21st. It's gonna go down. Like this is and this is just one small aspect of it, the sexual aspect. The whole workshop isn't sexual, but the workshop is actually dealing with Qigong for weight loss, Qigong for to reduce stress and anxiety, Qigong to increase vitality and life force energy, Qigong for financial abundance, and Qigong for sexual power and sexual alchemy. So, and before the workshop, obviously we're promoting it. We want the family to know about it. So we're focusing today's workshop on, the sexual alchemy aspect, but we're gonna come right back with the financial aspect. Then we're gonna come with the vitality aspect. But the beautiful thing about the workshop is he is not just information based. He's going to show you the discipline. Let me say this again. The workshop, and let me say this while I put the link in the chat. The workshop is not just information based. He's going to show you the discipline. Wayne Chandler is going to show you the discipline to tap into Qigong for weight loss. He's going to show you the discipline to tap into Qigong to reduce stress and anxiety. He's going to show you the discipline to tap into Qigong to increase life force energy. He's going to show you the discipline to tap into Qigong for financial abundance. And he's going to show you the Qigong to tap into discipline for sexual power and sexual alchemy. Today, what you witnessed on the show, if you liked it, is the information for sexual alchemy. But behind the information is the discipline. The masters have the discipline, and this is one of the masters, and we neglect them. The other coaches are feeding him. They worship him like a god, family. Man, listen. So this is what I'm saying. Behind the information on YouTube that you get from the ghetto scholars and everybody else, and I'm not just trying to make fun of, whatever, but I'm making a point, is the discipline. And discipline, it comes from people who have been practicing this for what they say. You have to practice something for 30,000 hours or something like that. Trust me, this brother has put in 1,000,000 hours into the and that's not an exaggeration. He has put in 1,000,000 hours into this study. So if you want somebody who has practiced this for over 1,000,000 hours and is going to teach you the discipline, not just the information so you can get high off of it, make sure you sign up to the workshop. And with that being said, brother Wayne, I get so involved in what I'm saying, I end up forgetting the question. So I definitely we're about to wrap it up. I definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let me look at the thing right now. But in terms of all this information, my brother, and in terms of what you're teaching, and in terms of the workshop, I'm sure a lot of people want to know, after this workshop, do you think that suffice for them to really? Because some people feel as though they have to learn something for years. Like you gotta study under a karate master for years to learn something. I mean, after this workshop, do you think a brother or a sister can really exert their sexual power or their financial power or all of this through qigong after this workshop, my brother?
This is the thing. Um, it's the quality of information. It's the type of practices that are all put together in a fashionable and productive order that's done repetitiously and consistently, that in a very short period of time allows the practitioner to see profound results. And that's what I've put together.
Indeed.
You know, when I do retreats, you know, my retreats are ordered and designed in that way so that people come on the retreat, they're there for 7 days, you know, every day we're doing the same thing because repetition is what's key.
Yeah, repetition. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're doing different things every single day, you're not learning anything, and your body is not encoding and imprinting those frequencies.
If you're doing different things every
Single day, then your body is
your
not
body's not
imprinting and encoding those frequencies that lead to profound transformation.
But you see, this is the problem. And 50 Cent talked about this. I learned from everybody. 50 said people don't know how to embrace boredom, and that's why they're not successful. So doing the same thing every day is bored to some people. So we live in a culture of overstimulation because of these phones right here. So when we wake up, we're overstimulated. We're on Instagram. So when you teach Chi Gong to do that every day, it's like, nigga, I'd rather stroll on Instagram, nigga. This shit is popping on here. Did you hear what Whoopi Goldberg said on The View? Did you see what Kanye or Kim K wore at the Met Gala? So, I'm glad you said that. So important. You got to do the same thing every day so it can be imprinted. Wow. Oh man, like this, and
That's
this is
why in any art, you know, like
Yeah.
you study martial arts, you study yoga, there's always a base that you have to perfect and become completely and totally immersed within to build everything else that you learn off of. The foundation. It's called foundation building. If your foundation is weak, then it doesn't matter what you put on top of it, it's going to collapse. If your foundation is strong, then whatever you put on top of that is going to build and expand itself exponentially.
Indeed. Last thing I want to ask you before we get out of here, and this is like this is amazing. I keep hearing that somebody said you got hit by a car and you bounced up. Like they were saying, like you like Superman. They were saying, yo, my brother Hank, I don't want to misquote him, but my brother Hank was saying something. You got hit by a car and you bounced up and you was like Superman. You was like, aha.
Yeah, you know, Bobby
What
Bobby
happened?
was the one that
Bobby Hebbett?
yeah, he put that story out there, but you know, it's real. I mean, the story is
What
real.
happened?
I was driving up from DC from Alabama from
Yeah.
Tuskegee,
Yeah.
and I stopped in DC. Talked to a couple of friends because I was just passing through on my way back up to Cleveland, and I stopped and went into the Blue Nile, which is one of the shops on Georgia Avenue, and was getting back in my car. Had a sister with me who lives in DC. She's one of my best friends. I had picked her up that morning just to ride around the city so I could pick up this, pick up that. And as I was getting in my car, a SUV hit me. It was a Ford Explorer, knocked me about 10, 15 feet up in the air and about 3 car lengths forward. And I flew. I flew in the air, and it was a deep experience. because I was upside down. I was looking at the sky and I'm thinking to myself, and I'm going, wow, this is what it feels like to fly. And everything slows down. When you're in that situation, time shifts and turns into something else altogether different. And I get to a place where I stop and I think, damn, how am I going to land? Now, I flipped. I flipped in the air and I landed on my fingertips and my toes. And everybody around was really freaked out. And
we see you in movies, brother. Wow.
yeah, it was a real Neo.
Man.
It was a real
Neo, yeah.
kind of.
So this is true. Yeah, I swore that was made up. Yo, this shit is true, bro,
Yeah.
man. Nigga, I
Yeah.
won't, nigga. If you don't sign up for this workshop, we got Neo here. Shout out to Neo. We got Neo here. This brother is Neo on your fingertips.
I got hit.
Neo.
I got hit at 35 miles an hour. I walked away without a scratch.
God, yo, what the? Yo, Hank was telling the story, and I just swore. I was like, "There's." I know Bobby told the story before, but let me put that back on. I probably didn't know he was talking about you at the time, but I heard that story before. But wow, yo, this makes everything, like, not just a workshop, but just talking to you and just knowing you and just being around your energy. It's just different, man. It's a pleasure to talk. Like, wow, bro, that's big. That's big.
There was an off-duty policeman who was on the scene.
Yeah.
And the sister who was with me, she told me that he came up to her and he told her, he said, and I quote, I've been a police officer for 25 years.
Never seen
and
that.
in 25 years, I ain't never seen no shit like that. Because he saw the whole thing.
I could have swore this was made up. I'm like, Hank is bugging out. Hank, you not bugging out, Hank. Thank you for bringing that up for me to ask. He said, yo, all he kept saying today, I seen him in the comment section. Yo, ask Wayne about the time he bounced off the car. And in my mind, I'm like, Hank, yo, I don't think that's real. Yo, this is wow, bro. Wayne, this is real. Wayne, you the truth.
Yeah, I've got the whole hood, the whole front of the hood is dented in.
The whole
front
of the hood. The car is dented?
Yeah, the whole front
of the hood. You don't have no injuries?
No.
Wayne, man, come on, man. Get out of here with that.
I've got the pictures.
Get out of here with that, Wayne.
I've got the
pictures.
Man.
So
I've got the pictures of
Wayne, man, you've been hiding from us, man. Nigga, if you don't get this workshop going on, nigga, if you don't teach us how to be like that, no, the car was dented, but you wasn't injured at all.
I didn't know. I mean, all I knew.
Hold up.
I felt the impact.
Yeah.
And the first thing that came to my mind was, damn, what the hell was that? And then the second thought that came to my mind was, damn, I've been hit. Now, I couldn't see, I didn't know what had happened, but the sister who was with me explained the whole thing. She said, the SUV hit me. I flew up and then I hit her windshield and bounced off the windshield. And that's when I flew. I was airborne coming off the car. And at that point, I traveled, like 3 car lengths upside down.
Yeah.
Had to flip in the air and land.
Man, that's amazing. I swore they was exaggerating. Wayne, man, listen, what can I say, my brother? Just one thing I want to ask before we get out of here. How long was you into Qigong when this happened? Was
Oh,
you
no
into?
question.
Oh, you was into it. Okay.
No question. Qigong saved my life.
Mm, 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 mm,
And
mm.
this is the thing. When you do Qigong, it repatterns your body and moves you out
Mm,
of this three-dimensional construct and design that is all about our shortcomings, limitations, and restrictions,
mm,
and moves us back into our fourth dimensional framework, our
mm,
fourth dimensional design.
mm,
So when I got hit, all of that has been absorbed and repatterned in my being was activated
mm,
immediately
mm,
and went into self-defense.
mm. Wow, that's an amazing story, my brother. I'm gonna share that on several platforms. That is an absolutely amazing story. I think we need to hear about real life situations like that, and that's inspiring. Wow, that's amazing. I could have swore it was made up. So thanks for clear. And I wasn't gonna ask
No,
that, so I'm glad for asking that.
yeah,
I'm glad that I asked it as the last question. Once again, family, it's going down, family. If you came in late, oh man, we got a workshop going on. Wayne Chandler is gonna have like a master class, yo. It's a Qigong training workshop. It's on May 21st from 1 to 5 p.m. And he's covering a list of things that's gonna help you in your life. From weight loss to stress and anxiety, vitality, life force, energy, financial abundance, sexual alchemy, sexual power, as well as other things, man. So family, you're gonna want to sign up to this workshop. I'm gonna include the link this one last time. This is something that I'm very proud of. I'm working with a master teacher. He's a best-selling author, and he has. Somebody said earlier, I seen you said, "Brother Rich, he ain't putting $1 million. That's third. That's certain." Family, y'all get the point I'm trying to make. Y'all get the point I'm trying to make. If it's not 1,000,000 hours, if it's 1,000, 2,000, 30,000, you get the point I'm trying to make. But thanks for just being specific, so I won't say 1,000,000 hours or whatever like that. But y'all get what I'm trying to make. This man is a master teacher. He's been doing it for over 30 years. So let me say that. He's been doing it for, is that right? That's right, Ray? Over 30 years?
yeah.
Yeah, he's been doing it. I don't want to make another mistake. He's been doing it for over 30 years. So he's definitely not a YouTube scholar. You're not just getting information, you're going to get the practices as well. And like I said, family, this is not just for you. Our youth needs to know, who are out there, our adolescents need to know, who are partaking in sex. They need to know what they're getting involved with, because sex is very, 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 very important. It's very vital. It's very spiritual. It's very sacred. It's not just pleasure, family, like we have been taught. Oh, you nigga, when you have sex, I was taught, nigga, you gonna have to say, oh man, that nut gonna feel good, nigga. You gonna feel better than you ever felt. Nah, it's very spiritual, very sacred, family. And this is an aspect of the workshop. Just one aspect. Is gonna be much more that the brother is talking about. So yeah, it's going down May 21st, family, 2022, from 1 to 5. Once again, family, the link is in the chat. It's also in the description. Wayne Chandler, do you want to say anything to the people before we get out of here tonight, my brother?
Just keep living strong, and I hope that everybody who's on the call tonight, hope they show up, because we need to have, as we move into these unprecedented times
Mm-hmm.
that are right in front of us,
Mm-hmm.
we don't want to move and step into what's coming to us blindly. We want to have some kind of resolve. We want to be able to have an aspect of self empowerment and the development of a level of personal power that will help us move through what we're getting ready to be challenged with, because we're getting ready to be challenged. And as an army of spiritual warriors,
Mm-hmm.
light warriors, that's what we're creating right now on these programs. An entire force, an entire movement,
I
an
like it.
entire army of
Yes.
light warriors.
An army of light. I love how you said that. Brother say he's creating an army. We creating an army of light warriors. I love that. A sister in the chat said we need this energy medicine the most. Indeed. I'm super excited, y'all. Like I said, the first show the brother was on, this is for me. I need this personally. So I felt as though I should make this a workshop for all of y'all because I'm like, I know I need it. I know what level I'm at. And I know the spirits told me what's important as far as the discipline versus the information. You know, it's good to have information, but we got to have this discipline to go with this information. We can't just be having this information and busting nuts off the information and the dopamine. We got to have the discipline to go with it and apply it. So, we got EMF fields around us, electromagnetic fields. We so powerful, Wayne. We are so powerful. I'm so thankful to be in this position. I'm so thankful. I want to say thank you. Thank you to the ancestors, to my higher self, to the great mother, everybody who has allowed me to have this platform. We had over 1,600 people on here live at the same time tonight, and that's a beautiful thing in 2022 with all the distractions going around. You're a master teacher. I'm glad I'm able to bring you on here, my brother. So this is gonna be wonderful. Wayne, thank you once again. I'm gonna have you on here again next week. We're gonna do what we gotta do next week until the workshop. And even after the workshop, we're gonna continue to work with the people and we're gonna continue to do what we gotta do. Wayne, I'm gonna tap in, I'm gonna follow you, and I'm gonna do your practices. I truly know that you are one of the greats with this information. And I just look forward, I respect all the greats in their fields, and I understand we each have different fingerprints and we're each gifted at different things. I've studied you for years, and I'm just excited, my brother. I'm excited. So with that,
bro.
indeed. So with that being said, family, this is Brother Rich, Wayne Chandler. We getting out here. Thank you for signing up. Thank you for signing up. For those who signed up tonight, for those who didn't, think about it. Do what you got to do. If you sign up, you do. If you don't, I still love y'all. But thanks for tuning in, just listening to us tonight. We're planting seeds tonight, family. That's what's most important. And with that being said, family, we signing out. See you next time, family. Peace.